Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to us from. My name is AyoT, and this is the Naija FC Podcast, where we bring you our raw, honest, unfiltered opinions on all the latest and hottest topics in the world of Nigerian football. I'll start today's exciting conversation by doing a review of the weekend's action. We'll talk about some Nigerian players who won trophies, talk about a little bit of transfer news. We'll get into the Super Falcons just a tiny bit, and then, of course, we'll wrap up with the Unity Cup preview. Nigeria versus Ghana. Not the biggest game in the world, but still, whenever we play Ghana, we know it's a derby. We need to win. For this past weekend, we had Maduka Okoye in goal, making 8 saves for Udinese. Unfortunately, 10 man Udinese still fell to a defeat, but Maduka Okoye was good in that one. We had in defense Ebube Duru scoring his first goal for Sonajas, also winning 4 goals and making 7 clearances. Uchenna Arerezim with 2 blocks, 4 interceptions, 7 clearances, and 7 goals on Sparta Praha. Igoh Ogbu with a clean sheet while making 4 clearances, 5 interceptions, and 9 goals, one for Slavia Prague. Bolu Akinyode with 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 5 clearances, and 7 goals, one for Miami FC. Franklin Uchenna Atebo with 5 goals, one and 6 clearances for Salzburg. And then Kazi Godswill with 5 tackles, 5 interceptions, 8 clearances, and 13 goals, one, while keeping a clean sheet for Stellenbosch in South Africa. In the midfield, David Moses, another assist, good performance for him, 4 interceptions and 12 goals, one as well for Slavia Prague. Chibuke Nwanwu with 2 tackles, 2 interceptions, 4 clearances, and 9 goals for Wolfsberger in Austria. And then Ibrahim Olawoyin created 2 goal scoring chances for Kaiko Rizespor. And then for the forwards, Crisantos Uche got an assist to end the season for Getafe. They fell to a defeat in that one. Akorede Ajibona with a goal for FC Van in Armenia. Gift Monday got another assist for Washington Spirits in the USA. Jesse Sekedika was on target for Sabah in Azerbaijan. Taufik Ismail completed 2 dribbles while creating 3 goal scoring chances for Garnik Zabzi in Poland. Philip Otele got 1 goal and made 2 assists for FC Basel in Switzerland. Peter Olayinka with an assist for Red Star Belgrade. Yusuf Bamidele with an assist for Vojvodina. Etiosa Igodaro with 1 chance created, 3 dribbles completed, and 9 goals for Amazulu in South Africa. Rafiu Durosimi was on target for Victoria Pilsen in the Czech Republic. Chinonso Emeka was also on target for AS Trenchin in Slovakia. Rasheed Akanbi with 2 goals for Sheriff Tiraspol in Moldova. We had Ibrahim Aliyu scoring his first goal for Columbus Crew in the USA MLS. Gabriel Chukwudi with an assist for FC Petrojet in Egypt. Babatunde Akinshola with 2 goals for AVS in Portugal. And then Samuel Chukwueze got an assist off the bench for AC Milan. So that is how the Nigerian players performed over this past weekend. Anayo Iwala was on target today as well. Let me not forget him. William Trustekong also had a good performance today, lest I forget that as well. And then Sylvia Gordon also got an assist today for Al Ukdud in Saudi Arabia. The Saudi League is not quite ended yet. Of course, the Turkish league hasn't ended as well, not yet. And yeah, I think that's the roundup. If I missed anybody, please forgive me for that. As much as we track over 450 different Nigerian players, we're still human beings at the end of the day, so there's always a potential to miss 1 or 2 names. But let me know very quickly who impressed you the most. Who impressed you the most? Let me know very quickly. And for everybody that is telling me to talk about something in particular or asking me a question, if you want to ask questions during the live stream, please make sure that your question is accompanied with a super chat. That way we can highlight it on the screen and we can take your question. If you want me to talk about something in particular, please do the same. Make sure that you are making that request with a super chat. Otherwise, we will not be able to take your question or your request because we already have a program. And of course, the super chat is a little way that you can show your support for the channel and for the work that we do. So if you have a question, if you have something you want us to talk about, please make sure you leave your question or comment with a super chat. Thank you. That is the review of the weekend. And as always, you guys know that I do not do this by myself. I do not do the Nigeria FC podcast for myself. I have my fantastic co-host, Nigerian Football Encyclopedia, the host on Ground Football, my friend Smith Layi.
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you. So
Yes.
I didn't know that we're already done with the review of the weekend.
Yeah, so we're done with the review of the weekend.
That's
Well,
how
let me give you
we don't
the
score goal with that. So
not too many, not too many exciting performances. For me, I think the performance that stood out the most to me was Maduka Okoye, making 8 saves for Udinese.
Mm-hmm.
They played with 10 men, so he was under fire for a large part of the game because I think they played the entire second half with 10 men. So he was under fire, save after save after save. Unfortunately, they still lost the match, but individually he puts in a quality performance. And of course, Samuel Chukwueze came off the bench, and I don't know if you saw that game, but he got an assist for AC Milan. And end of season is
From
when
from 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 a corner kick.
he wants to, at least he can take set piece. But end of season is when he wants to show one or two things, But the season is over now. But yeah,
Mm,
Smilai, and of course your boy Crisanta Suche got an assist, to end the season for
yeah.
Getafe as well. They also unfortunately lost that match. But was there anybody that impressed you this past weekend?
For me, I have to stick with you and talk about Maduka Okoye. I think you know, you know, he did a very good job, on Sunday, he did a very good job. And for me, if you are 10 men down and they bombard your posts, you have to just be there. For me, I think Matt Kakoya actually what I did well. I don't think Ushe was that fantastic, to be honest with you. In the game he actually worked play, he got I think he got an assist. Was he yeah, he got an assist. Like that assist was not really, you know, he got an assist, let's just put it that way. And Chukwueze to go from a corner kick, you know. And I was thinking that the guy was about to go and celebrate with him. He, the person that crossed the ball for you, I think the goal scorer went to go and celebrate with Chukwueze. He
Mm.
left him, he went to go and talk to the crowd. Yeah. That's football for you. Happy for Manu Akwe, but well done to Chukwueze and actually what Christian Associate.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, I would just say, Chukwueze, even other than the corner assist, he actually was quite good in the game,
Yeah,
trying to make things happen. It's a shame that it's only at the end of the season that, he
he's
puts in
trying
like
to show this
two,
thing.
three, two, three good performances that everybody's like, wow, what's going on? But still, we appreciate him for that one.
Yeah.
Mo says he got pre-assist. Okay. Let us get first super chat of the Soul Whisperer with 1,000 naira. Thank you very much, Soul Whisperer. You're asking about Nigeria World qualification. We'll come to that later in the show when we talk about Super Eagles. We're not quite there yet, and this is going to derail. But thank you for the super chat. Okay, it's been like over the weekend, we also saw a couple different Nigerian players. I say a couple, it's more than two. But we saw different Nigerian players win trophies
Mm-hmm.
with their clubs. So let's just talk about them very quickly. The first one, I'm not going to get into too much detail with each of them. But Joshua Akpudje won his first career trophy, the Tajikistan Super Cup with FC Istiklol. So like I know as I've said that Tajikistan, now you have something to say.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, what do you think of that? First career
No,
trophy.
Akuja is my very good friend. You win what is in front of you. You can't go and win the Premier League.
Mm,
So he's playing in Tajikistan. I can't even say it properly. So you have to win what's in front of you. It's not playing the Premier League, it's not playing the French League. So I think you have to win what you have in front of you. And kudos to Akpudje. It's been a very tough career. We thought the move to Georgia and everything is, was things didn't really go well. But kudos to him. He's bouncing back. Let's see what he goes next season.
okay, so shout out to Joshua Akpudje. Another one we had Rasheed Akanbi and Elijah Odede. They won the Moldovan Cup with FC Sheriff Tiraspol. If you know FC Sheriff, every once in a while they play in the UEFA Champions League or they play in the Europa League. One of the top teams, if not the top team in Moldova. I don't think that they are winning the league this season, but they won the league. I think the 2 previous years. Akombi was part of it. Elijah is a new player in their team, but he was able to secure the Moldovan Cup with them. Like your thoughts on this one, Moldovan Cup?
No, I'm pretty sure that if we are Brazilians, me and you, and we're highlighting uh, our players that won trophies season. I don't think we will get to Tajikistan and Moldova. I don't think, but you just have to appreciate these guys too.
Mm.
Well done to Rasheed Akanbi, for winning. Sheriff Tiraspol, they are a perennial campaigner. Choppy 6-0, I'm just joking. In Champions League, we normally see them on a regular basis. And if you look at the Moldova national team, the core of that Moldova national team, they are from Sheriff Tiraspol. So just to tell you that, and if you play Moldova now, maybe they go to struggle with Nigeria, but
Hmm.
so for me, I just think that well done to Hakobi Rashid. If the team plays in the cup, maybe they're going to play in the Europa or Conference League. I don't know. Well, I think another addition to our European contingent.
European contingent. Mm.
Yeah, next season. Yeah,
Somebody say, is it that sheriff that beat Real Madrid 3 years? Yes, yes.
yes.
It's that
Sorry,
sheriff.
is Tajikistan in Europe? Have you searched it?
Tajikistan is. Oh, you want me to start doing geography?
No, what I mean, him is coming Champions League.
No, no, they are in Central Asia.
Okay, Central Asia. Okay.
Tajikistan is in Central Asia.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's move on. Let's also talk about Tosin Kehinde winning the Hungarian NB I. That's the Hungarian Premier League with
Mhm.
Ferencvaros. It is his second consecutive league title. Kehinde struggled this season with injury, so he wasn't really playing that many games. But he recently came back, maybe like a month or two ago, and was able to claim his second consecutive league title. Of course, Tosin Kehinde is a former Manchester United academy player, a young player back then that a lot of people viewed with very very high potential. Made his way to Denmark, didn't quite have the best of times, and now in Hungary, where every time he plays, he shows his quality, but injuries have not been fair to him in the last 2 years, and he hasn't been able to play that much. But 2 years, two titles. Smith, like your thought on that one?
You mentioned earlier that he once played for Man United. And when I saw that picture with Marcus Rashford, when they were actually in Man United together, the career gone differently. Rashford playing, England and also for Aston Villa, Man United for so many years, and Kendi, went to Portugal. From Portugal to I think it was the Denmark, Randers. Was it Randers in Denmark? I think he went to Randers in
Yeah,
Denmark.
Randers. Yeah,
Randers in Denmark, and before going to Hungary. So for me, I just think that good for him to win. Yeah, the Ferencvaros, they're a very good team. They are like a gateway to all these German Bundesliga. Most of the Hungarian players that play in the Bundesliga, they come through this team. They're like a core. They build that team. Maybe it's just like a team that they rely on mostly. To bring players to the national team through that that team. So for me, good that he's playing, that he's there, he's winning. Let's see what he can be. But I can tell you that if you want to have a sniff of the national team, he needs to leave Hungary.
I mean, I agree with you. Of course, nobody, but a
Mhm.
national team is something that I wouldn't like. Unfortunately, right now, I wouldn't hold my breath for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
playing for the national team.
he's talented.
There is talented, but right now, there's too much competition. He's not playing at a high enough level, and
Hmm.
because of his injuries, he hasn't even played enough in Hungary to show himself and maybe get a
Come
move to
Hmm.
a bigger team somewhere. So it's rather unfortunate for him. It's not, football. That's the way football can be. You can have all the talent in the world, but
Hmm.
sometimes you need the ball to just roll in the right direction for you. You need the right bounce. You need the right stroke of luck, the right coach, the right opportunity. Things like that. So yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath for any national team call up for him. But I like him. He's a very humble guy, very nice young boy. So congratulations to him on winning that one. Okay, let us talk about another duo of Nigerian players who just won their first career trophies. I'm talking about Olakunle Olusegun and Moses David Cobnan. They have won the Russian Premier League with FC Krasnodar. This is the first trophy of their careers. Mitlai, any reaction to that one?
Yeah. For is it Krasnodar also?
Krasnodar,
Krasnodar to win the Russian Premier League.
yeah.
It's big. It's big for that club. It's really, really massive. And if you look at, it's really, really big. I have to be honest with you. It used to be the big spenders. Zenit St. Petersburg. The CSK Moscow of this world, the Dynamo Moscow of this world, and Lokomotiv Moscow of this world. This Zenit, they spend money. Even Is it which club did Eto play for there? Is it Ansi Mashimakala?
Those ones, those ones do not last.
He doesn't last. So for him to so win with Russia is good, but unfortunately Russia is not playing any European competition due to political reasons. So that's why we might not probably be able to see him in the UEFA Champions League. But kudos to Kule. He's just like a forgotten Nigerian player. He keep on doing what he could do in that league. Come on to be on the bench, come on and score some beautiful goals. But unfortunately, it's just sad that they're not playing in the European competition. So I'm happy for them. Well done to them, and for the club in general too.
All right, amazing. Let's move on quickly. We also had Philip Otele, a player that we've been talking about, a lot this season since he made his return to Europe. Just won his first career trophy, the Swiss League, the Swiss Super League with FC Basel. Of course, we know that he played a big part for them after coming to the side, scoring goals, getting a number of assists. In only half a season, he has really made his impact be felt in Switzerland. First career trophy for Philip Otele, the Swiss Super League. Your reaction to that one, Smilai?
Yeah, we already know that this one as was coming. We have to be honest with you, it's coming very soon, and I'm happy for him. He left the golf where it's he left money for trophy. Which actually was
Mm.
very good for football today, and it's not been like a big part of the team that won with FC Basel. He scored goals. He posted a lot of hat tricks and two brace that he has scored at the course of the season. So for me, I'm happy with him, and I hope that. So may it continue. I don't know, maybe FC Basel in Switzerland, maybe they have a direct slot in the UEFA Champions League. I don't know, maybe they go through this.
I don't think it's direct. I think they will play qualifiers.
Do you think it's not direct? I
Let
think
me
I don't.
let me
I double
confirm.
check. I think the first is direct, second is going to be qualifiers. I'm not sure. I think so if it's a direct thing, I think, I don't know, maybe I think it's on loan. Is it on loan?
Otele, no, I don't think it's alone.
Okay. So you probably will be seeing him too in the UEFA Champions League. We just want,
It's not direct.
it's not direct.
It's
Okay,
not
they have to
direct.
play qualifiers. So that's another big order for them. I don't know with the and it's Belgium is having director.
Yes, Belgium is direct.
Direct. That's big. That's big. That's sad for him. But I hope that he can go through the qualifiers too, and the will to play in the Champions League by itself.
Mm,
But it's gonna be fire. In that qualifiers. Yeah.
yeah. And then finally, to wrap up our trophies from this past weekend. Peter Olayinka, Super Eagles forward, hasn't been in the Super Eagles for a while now, but
Mm-hmm.
he just won his second consecutive Serbian Super League title with Red Star Belgrade. Olayinka was out for majority of the season with a serious injury, but came back, I think, only this month or maybe late last month. Was able to get an assist in their final game and clinched the league title with Red Star Belgrade, a second consecutive league title. We know that Olayinka really rose to prominence playing for Slavia Prague. If you remember his games against Barcelona in Champions League against Inter, there was one popular picture where Gerard Piqué was dragging his jersey. Back then in the Champions League, very quick player, strong player, looks very skinny, but he's stronger than he looks. Was on the upward trajectory, but then he went to Serbia, and the noise around him just largely reduced. Even though he still scores goals when he plays, he still provides contributions. But a second consecutive league title. Smilai, do you have a reaction to that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Who will win the Champions League if not the big
If not
boys?
Red
The Red Star Belgrade. They used to call them. I think they used to call them the. They used to this name CZ something.
Krevna something.
Kevin something. Yeah, I used to call them that. They are like they spend the money just as if you said that. Say, okay, you should wake up or maybe I don't know which perennial team again. It's not normally actually what to win. Sundance Africa, as they should not win the league when they can even close the eyes and win the league. So for me too, Red Star is that strong, in that league. So kudos to you, Olayinka. I hope that they can have a very, injury free season, next time around. And if he's injury free, then we can see him very well in the Champions League. I think Red Star Belgrade they have the red slots.
No, they do not.
It's not.
They do not. No.
So they have to go through the qualifiers too.
Yeah.
That's why most of our people don't enjoy preseason. I have to call them back.
Okay. So, as of now, the people that have automatically qualified for the UEFA Champions League.
Mhm.
So, depending on not whether Osimhen is in Napoli or is in Galatasaray, he has qualified. If he
Mm-hmm.
goes elsewhere, we have to wait and see which team he joins. But both
Mm-hmm.
Napoli and Galatasaray have qualified automatically. Ademola Lookman's Atalanta have qualified automatically, but of course, we're expecting
The
Lookman
move.
to be on the move.
Mm-hmm.
Boniface and Teller with Bayer Leverkusen, they've
Mm-hmm.
qualified automatically for the
Mm-hmm.
UEFA Champions League. We also have Slavia Prague, Igoh
Mm-hmm.
Ogbu and David Moses with Slavia
Mm-hmm.
Prague, they've qualified automatically. And then
Mm-hmm.
Olympiacos, Bruno
Mm-hmm.
Uemechi with Olympiacos have
Mm-hmm.
qualified automatically for the UEFA Champions League. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what we have confirmed for the Champions League next season as of now.
Yeah. That's
Of
it.
course, we'll see who goes through the qualifying rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some players, when Osimhen joins Chelsea, he can qualify from Chelsea,
There's
and
imagine no Nigerian player qualified in England.
from the Premier League. I mean, the only person that had a chance was Olainka Awoni now, but
I only yeah.
you see, I feel bad for them, but at the same time, it was between them and my club. They had it in their hands earlier in the
Yes.
season. They
That
had it in
that
their
draw the draw against Leicester.
They started
Not
fumbling.
really.
They
Not
started
really.
fumbling. Their form was not good, and when it came
Mm-hmm.
to the final day, I just knew that see one match to
Mm-hmm.
determine who qualifies. Chelsea, Nottingham
Chelsea.
Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Chelsea will win. It was a tough game. It was a smash
Mm-hmm.
and grab, but I knew that ultimately Chelsea were going to win. And
Mm-hmm.
I wish that Nottingham Forest would at least have gotten Europa League, but it's Conference League for them. They will enjoy Azerbaijan. They will go
Mm-hmm.
to Azerbaijan. They will
They
enjoy
gave the European League to the clapping manager.
you know, I mean, we'll see. I'm hoping that at least this next season that's coming, between the
Yeah.
Champions League, the Europa League, and the Conference League, hopefully we can have like 40, 45 Nigerian players, across all the competitions. I think this season we have 30 something of them playing across the three competitions. So hopefully more this season. None of them through the Premier League, but of course the Premier League is difficult. It's not easy,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy, but we'll see. Maybe Osimhen, who else can join it? Maybe if Lookman, you don't know if Lookman joins.
Mm-hmm.
Even Lookman can join Spurs now at this point. Yeah, I mean Spurs are in the
Yeah.
Champions League. He
Yes,
can.
idea.
He will start for Spurs for sure. Um,
Boss. Oh my days.
we cannot banter Spurs again. They won the
We
trophy
can.
at the expense of Manchester United. So
Yes, so we
you know,
can banter
we
them.
have to give Spurs their credit for at least
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
this season. For this season.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to move on very quickly, but before we move on, please, I just want to remind you guys to hit the like button now. Come on now, guys, hit the like button. It just a little way that you can show your support. Of course, feel free to send a super chat as well. My space plays here. Once I said send super chat, my space plays. Every time I say send super chat, he disconnects. He's like, oh, I bet this thing. I find it interesting how I appreciate you for tuning in every week. But it's also like one day you know even if you just say okay make I even support these guys where they entertain me, where they educate me, where they inform me, just one day. But please guys, support with super chats. All super chats are appreciated. $10, $100, $1,000. It helps us to pay staff. It helps us to keep creating content. It helps us to keep the channel running. And keep bringing you guys the quality content that we do. And of course, if you want to ask us a question, if you want to send a request, if you want us to take a comment of yours, make sure you send it with the super chat so that we can give you priority responses in the comments and we can put it on the screen. Please, please, please. Let's see if we can get to 20 super chats in today's live stream, guys. Let's see if we can get to 20 super chats. Please support. I know it's your hard earned money. I know. And that's why I sincerely appreciate it. But if at all you do not want to spend your hard earned money, maybe you feel like I don't even like IoT that much. I don't like Smith Layi like that. Why should I give them $1? Why should I give them 100 naira? You can just like the video. It costs you absolutely nothing, and is a way that you can still support the channel and make sure that you send the right signals to YouTube about the content that we're creating. So please, please hit the like button and please leave super chats. Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on. Let's talk about some contract situations, like contract situations. I'll start with the good news and we'll end with, well, I won't say bad news, but let's start with the positive news. Igoh Ogbu, we just spoke about him, qualified for the UEFA Champions League and has now renewed his contract with SK Slavia Prague. He has signed a deal until 2027, so a 2-year extension. Of course, Igoh Ogbu has become a key player for them in the heart of their defense. We know that he played for them in the Europa League previously. Next year, he's going to play for them in the UEFA Champions League. He has been called up to the Super Eagles, so he's a player on the right. I think he's 26 years old right now. hoping to do big things in his career. But 2 more years in Slavia Prague, which means that if he assuming he spends those 2 years, by the time he's maybe leaving the club, he'll be like 28. Smilai, your thoughts on him renewing his contract and what you think about the future for Igoh Ogbu?
Yeah. It's a player that I think that he should not, be staying that long in the Czech league. I just think that after his move, I don't expect him to stay that long in the Czech league. But he decides to renew his contract and also wants to play 2 more seasons or so, in the Czech league. For me, I wish him all the best. But I just think that I'm hoping that he could play in league. What's it called in the French league? Maybe the French league, probably a more tougher league, more competitive league than the Czech league. But unfortunately, I don't know what happened. I know maybe there was no offer. But I knew that there was not really any offer on the ground, for him then. But people were just trying to speculate. So I hope he could have joined a different club. But since he wants to continue in Czech Republic, I wish him the very best of luck. He's going to play in Champions League too. So I wish him the very best of luck. Maybe he won't even spend the 2 years in Czech. Maybe if he can perform well in the Champions League, clubs can should what come for him. And I hope Lukaku will not play in Champions League.
Lukaku already dealt with him in the Europa League.
Yeah, clubs can come for him. Yeah, I wish him the luck. Wish him luck.
No, I mean, congratulations to him. Always good when you get a new contract. I would expect that the contract will have come with a pay rise, some
Mm-hmm.
new perks, maybe new bonuses. But the way football can be, maybe it's also just a way for them to be able to command more money for
Mm-hmm.
anybody that wants to come and sign him this summer. They might be looking at, okay, teams will come for him. Maybe it is to add a release clause into his contract. Who
Mm-hmm.
knows? So it doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to stay for sure. He can still leave. Anything can happen.
Mm-hmm.
The club might just have wanted to have better bargaining chips, and the player gets a pay rise. Is a win-win for both parties. But
Mm-hmm.
even if he stays, like you mentioned, if he gets to play in the UEFA Champions League next season, if he can impress with the new style of the Champions League, with the league phase, that I think is 8 matches that everybody gets to play,
Mm-hmm.
so he's going to get enough opportunity to show himself. You will for sure play against one or two big teams. So if you can do well against some of the big boys in the Champions League, maybe it can get people talking about him and get him a move. But regardless, I mean, congratulations to him. When somebody signs a new contract, is something to celebrate. I think I'm also on the camp of people that would like to see him move on. I don't want him to be playing his best years at Slavia Prague. At least, like we mentioned, try your hand in the French league. Try your hand. Go and join, even if it's Montpellier. Just join. So
I'm playing on the gate now.
Oh, Mobilia. Okay, sorry. Even if it's I don't know, just somebody average mid-table team, not,
Mm-hmm.
or Xe. All these teams. Just at least let's see you playing in a top league. Let's see how you
Even joining Getafe with
happy,
Ushishi.
you know. So, but at the same time, everybody's everybody. We're not there. You're not having the conversations with these people. You don't know what's
Mm-hmm.
going on in their day-to-day lives. And like I said, the contract does not mean that he cannot still leave. He can just be for better
Mm-hmm.
terms if he's leaving. So, congratulations to him. Igoh Ogbu, new contract with SK Slavia Prague in the Czech league. From renewed contracts, let's talk about expired contracts as well. Two Super Eagles players have departed from their clubs. We'll start with Leon Balogun. Leon Balogun has departed Rangers for another time. Conclusion of his contract this season. Of course, we know that Leon Balogun is on the older side, 36 years old, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Leon Smilai, where next? What kind of opportunity do you think Leon should be looking for? Where do you potentially see him playing? Should he join another team in Scotland? Should he go to the English Championship? Should he go to Saudi and go and make some money? Like, where next for Leon Balogun at this point in his career?
No, I think that he's a very smart person. And I know that if the Rangers did not table any contract renewal, and I understand that from a business point of view, if that will give you 1 year contract again, and see exactly how things turns out.
Yeah.
And Rangers currently they are in a situation of like they are they are not stable now because they are looking to get a new manager. They don't know exactly what new manager will want. So, but there's no love lost between Balogun and Rangers. This is thought coming. In fact, when he even left Rangers, he went to QPR. That is keep at Rangers again. So maybe he's going to Enugu Rangers next. We don't know. He has been regular with Rangers and Rangers. But where I see him, I think he might be playing the Bundesliga.
Hmm. In the Bundesliga,
Going for a
interesting.
newly promoted side in the Bundesliga and everything. He's coming. He's
I
quite
mean, Germany is home for him.
Germany. He's like he's got experience, a fantastic player. What? Let me tell you something. I know what you say. See, if Leon Balogun can give us 20 minutes in Super Eagles every game, eh? I prefer that to some people. 20 minutes. When the
Hmm.
game is 70, yeah, come on, shut up, finish up.
Hmm.
20 minutes. Fantastic player. We know that he's not been lucky with injury. And when I saw that injury in the last game, let me just tell you my story. When I saw Balogun in the lineup, immediately I started the game. Let me just go and watch this game. And I saw the Balogun injured again. That was the last game they played. Was in the Scottish League. So when I
Yeah.
saw him, yeah, and it wasn't somebody was bashing into him. It wasn't like serious. I was like, come on, get up, get up, get up. I just realized that the change is going to happen. Balogun is going on my day. I've thought to watch up to 2 minutes in that
Hmm.
game. So I wish him the very best of luck.
But
He's going to come
at
back.
36 years old, your body does not heal the same like it used to heal before. It's on
Yeah.
the older side, the version of the game. I know for a fact that Leon was very sad to be leaving
Mm-hmm.
Rangers. Rangers is a club that he absolutely loves.
Mm-hmm.
The fans love him. Every time I see the comments from Rangers fans, they'll be like, "Oh man, how I wish you had joined us many years ago." Because he's largely been playing in Rangers when he was already on the older side. And
Mm-hmm.
they're like, they wish they got him when he was like 21, 22. He would have been a bona fide Rangers legend, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I'm sure like he wanted the club to at least offer him something, and I'm sure if the club had offered him something, he would have stayed. But the club is looking to move in a different direction right now. Maybe they want to get a younger core, I mean, they are playing serious second fiddle to Celtic in that league. So it's a tough time for Rangers. Like you said, they want to get a new coach. They need to figure a lot of things out, and unfortunately they didn't see Leon in their plans. It's interesting that you mentioned the German Bundesliga because I mean Germany is his home, so maybe he can join FC Cologne, who are just coming up, and try to offer them some, you know, solidity in their defense. Or maybe you can join Hoffenheim. We have Balogun, Akpoguma playing together. Or Union
Mm-hmm.
Berlin. Berlin is home for him. He can join Union Berlin. Union Berlin have not been that good for the past 1 or 2 years. So I think I would agree with you on that one. The Bundesliga can be a good
But
this
you see Balogun at one time playing the MPF. I mentioned the
in
Rangers.
the MPFL.
Yeah. Do you think he
Not
can come?
not with the way things are run.
Mm.
Not with the way things are run. Balogun is somebody that he speaks up, he's critical of things when things are not done properly. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see him coming to the MPFL and entering boss from Enugu to
Maliguri.
to this thing. Once coach does anyhow, he will talk to the coach. Nigeria. Once you talk to the coach like this now, the coach will be there. Who do because you've played abroad? You think
No, when you talk to somebody in Nigeria, I think that you don't get respect.
exactly.
Ask
That's
him
what I'm
very well.
saying. It's not. He will fight the coach. He will fight staff. He will fight league body. Everybody. I don't think Leon can. Let him and his beautiful girlfriend. They can
Mm-hmm.
just go into when it's finally done. They can go into the sunset together and just go and
Mm-hmm.
relax.
Yeah.
But Leon, I think when he's done playing football, it will surprise me if he's not involved in the game still, one way or the other.
Yeah, I think so.
You
I
know,
think so. I think so. When you do this interview, I know that we have so many questions to actually
That's the
go.
thing. That interview, see, is just life. One thing or the other has been happening because now our interview we're supposed to do it, but because of this new contract that he did not get, is like he doesn't want to talk about this thing right now. Emotions are still high. He wants to at least know because right now he's just going on vacation. So
Mm-hmm.
when he knows what is going on, when he knows what is happening, then he's going to want to talk again. But right now he wants to keep things
Mm-hmm.
quiet. But still, there are other interviews that are in the works. But Leon Balogun, when that interview, see, we've been anticipating it for how many months now. So when it finally comes, don't worry. Trust me. I'll ask every question that people are wondering. I'll ask for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to Leon Balogun. I know that he still give us a couple more years. And if he decides to go to Saudi, nothing wrong with that. Though, nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong in that with Saudi.
At this
If
point in
he
his
was
life.
the only person that is satisfied to go to Saudi.
At least go and do 2 years there, 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
make some money, let them pay you like 3 million a year,
Mm-hmm.
and move on from there. Okay, another Super Eagles center back actually has departed his club. Shemi Ajayi, puts up a nice message to say goodbye to West Brom. after playing there for a few years in the English Championship. Smilai, you said Leon, maybe Berlin. Shemi is an English boy. Where do you think can be the next destination for him? Is it another club in the Championship? Is it a newly promoted Premier League side? Is it a League One? Or can he go abroad and play somewhere else? What do you think for Shemi Ajayi?
Championship.
You think he'll stay in another championship team?
Because all these English boys don't want to go out.
Mm.
But if he's something, he's 31 now. He's not 31.
He's 31 years.
If he's to like just to help him, because talking about Shemi, how many years have you played in the first division in the Premiership?
In the Premier
One.
League. I think he played 1 year in Premier League, yeah.
So since he has been in his career, he has not been playing in the top division.
Mm.
Let him just have a go. This last, he's got maybe he got like 4 years more. Let him just have a go, like just move abroad, or go and just Southampton. I know Southampton. Sorry, I've been educated to go and join Sunderland. I know that they are going back again, but I'm just like, why not Germany? Why not? I don't think France. Why not Italy? Why not try your luck in Spain? Just play first division. That is it. I just think so. He has never played more than 1 year in first division. And he's been commanding regular shares in Super Eagles. If you just leave the chicken and chips in the UK, or fish and chips in the UK, and go out of England. That's what I wish for him. But I think he's going to play in the Championship. Maybe Bristol, and that's where he's going to probably actually end up. But I just think that he needs to try and go to abroad and just try and play more in the first division. I just enjoy him. I only watch Championship.
Me, I mean, I only watch the championship because of the Nigerian players that are there. But I think I would have to agree with you. Shemi should maybe just make a move abroad. At 31, playing continuously in the EFL Championship doesn't really do anything for him. It doesn't add anything to his career at this point. It also doesn't remove anything from his career. But yeah, go somewhere else and try. Even if it's Germany, all this lower table team that we've mentioned in Germany, who knows? Like, things might just work out for you there. Take a chance. Somebody here is talking about Turkey. Maybe he's even to go to Turkey and play for Hatayspor or play for
No. Now, Championship is rather now.
No, I mean, okay, maybe go to a team that at least is not that bad in Turkey.
No, all those Karagugu. See, if it's not, if it's not for the Bashi,
Or
Galatasaray,
Galatasaray,
or Besiktas, I
Besiktas.
think, Besiktas, I think she forget it. All those Karagugu. See, they will be in sixth. Next season they will relegate. That's how they normally play. Look at Hatayspor now. I mean, they are going relegation. They were so good.
Well, is he Hatayspor?
Mm-hmm.
No, I think the issue was okay. No, it's Adana Demirspor that had the issue.
Yeah, Dana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Adana that.
they are so good and the dirty points in that Turkish league. Somebody must offend somebody.
No, because Turkish league they don't like paying salary. They don't like. They always have one issue or the other. But, or maybe you can join Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor, see, their captain is Tony Nwakeme, so they like older players in
Mm-hmm.
Trabzonspor. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe we can join them. I don't know.
If yeah, I see that that's Ramazan Sport they are doing this sick. So I think they need players, so it can sure join them.
But shout out to Shemilogo Ajayi, wishing him all the best, whatever step he takes. We'll be looking forward to hearing that one when the new season or when the summer goes deep into its transfer window. Okay, just a brief intermission to say, of course, we're also looking forward to the FIFA Club World Cup. At least we would have one Nigerian representative, depending on Esperance Tunis now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ugbelu Onuche. If Osimhen maybe can do sharp and join Chelsea, maybe he can play.
Yeah, kind of. Chelsea going.
Chelsea is going to the Club World
We're
Cup.
gonna do what?
What do you mean? Chelsea is going to the Club World Cup. What are you talking about? Champions League winner in 2021. Come on.
Uh-huh.
Um,
What?
so if he
And
can drive,
conference potential conference league winner too in
yeah, yeah,
2025.
trophy is trophy.
Uh,
If he can join Chelsea quick, maybe he can go to the Club World Cup as well. Because Chelsea need a good striker to. If you want to compete in that Club World Cup, they need a good
mhm.
striker. Or if I don't know who else can he join in the Club World Cup. But I think is there any other Nigerian player that will be participating? Let me just quickly see.
Oh, it's Ebin Sakre somewhere. They will not take him.
Let me
Ebin
see.
Sakre somewhere said he's going to.
Yeah, for
So
Inter Milan.
uh-huh.
I doubt if he will go.
I thought they
I
were
doubt if he will go.
uh-huh.
We don't have any Nigerian in Wydad.
There's no getting why that.
We don't have RB Salzburg. Well, this boy they don't usually play him. So
They don't play.
what's his name again?
How
Samson.
did Salzburg get ahead of Baka? Wow.
Yeah. Okay, no, Zedu is going.
They said he should be going. Okay.
FC Porto.
Well,
Uh,
they said he should be going. I don't know why.
yeah, before he goes now, we still go to America and enjoy it.
He's not
Yes.
even making their list.
Zedu, don't worry, they'll take him. Zedu is going. Zedu Sanusi is going.
Mm-hmm.
So at least we'll have Onuche, we'll have Zedu Sanusi. Let's just say maybe Akins or Miro, I doubt, but maybe if they carry him,
Mm-hmm.
he can go
Mm-hmm.
with them. So three Nigerian players at the Club World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody in Inter Miami, nobody in. Yeah, okay. Let's say three Nigerians at the Club World Cup. Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a player now, will you join a club just to play Club World Cup?
Yes, now one boy just go join with that just to play at the World Cup.
Hmm.
My Inter Miami losing right, left, and center. They're going to the World Cup too.
Those ones are losing badly right now.
That's one is just because of Messi.
No, but it's not because of Messi. I mean, they finished
They
second
finished. Yeah, I know.
in the cup, and then one thing or the other. And America as host city, be host country, they have more sports, so they shall qualified by hook or by crook. Somebody's saying Inter Miami is going. Okay, let's move on very quickly. So, like, I don't know if you've seen, but our Super Eagles striker Kelechi Iheanacho
Mm-hmm.
has already been training, getting ready for the new season.
Mm-hmm.
This is something that Iheanacho wasn't doing before. Iheanacho is previously notorious for being out of shape, being overweight, coming into preseason heavy with his stomach looking like your own. Things like that. But this season just ended, and we're already seeing Ehanacho on social media posting his training, his workouts. Do you think that maybe the recent downturn in his career has made him have a change of mentality, and he has now become a more focused, more serious player? What do you think?
Let's hope it continues. See, all these social media thing and trying to run on social media. Some people do the work without going. So you say, "Oh, I'm pushing with it." Some people do the work. They put in that work there. Is the result that we see? Oh, this guy is trying. You don't come and show you the work you put. We want to see results.
Hmm.
That's what we want to see. It's not about come and show me, oh, I'm pushing weight. Hey, I can take 120. I just have with my life. Oh, no, we don't want that. Come and do the work. So you not have excuse say, oh, I did work now, but things did not just materialize. No. Some people do the work silently and the result is what we see. So I'm happy that he's doing that. But that means that if he's showing us this, he wasn't training before.
Hmm.
Maybe he was just playing around before. I'm happy he's trying to to do well. I hope that Sevilla doesn't want him, and Middlesbrough doesn't want him, so they will probably be in a move and not move on that side too. Because one, I think he just went to Middlesbrough to go and ruin his championship reputation
Mhm.
because he wasn't popular among the Middlesbrough fan at all,
Mm.
and also too Sevilla have been at all. I don't know why he's just closing those doors. Maybe
Well, one of the big issues that he had, especially with Middlesbrough, was that when he arrived at Middlesbrough, he was out of shape.
yeah,
So and
he was out
obviously
of shape.
when you're joining and the season is already started and you need 2 months to get into shape, 2 months in the championship is like 10 matches.
Yeah.
So by the time you are not useful in 10 matches, fans
Mhm.
have gotten tired.
Yeah.
But for me, personally, like, I mean, even though yes, I know social media, you can take everything on social media at face value, but I like it. The fact that he's not resting on his laurels or he's not resting. The
Which
season just
Lawrence? Which Lawrence?
the season just ended and he's like on the field again trying to work out. I think he's back at Leicester, which is probably where his house is. trying to work out, getting personal trainers. These are the things that a lot of Nigerian players don't like to do. You have to invest in yourself. You you see a lot of Nigerians, their own preseason training before they go and join their club is to just go to Lagos and just play around in Lagos, and they'll say, oh, they're ready, and then they'll do all these tough Nigerian style training, and then they will say they're ready for the season. But we know that the top players hire personal trainers that help them not only even in preseason but throughout the season, that help them to study film. They will do with their club, they will go and they'll do their own personal session. And it costs money, yes, it does. But I always say, for a player, if you're making 1 million in a year, for example, if you cannot afford to spend 20,000 out of your million to invest in yourself and what is going to make you a better player, then you're not a serious player. So I really do hope that more players do things like this. Hire somebody personally to help you with your game. The issues that you have, the person will help you improve. If it's a fitness thing, the person will help you with your fitness. If it's a technique thing, the person will help you with your technique. Yes, play is good, don't get me wrong. You've had a long season, it's good to go and play. But if you are somebody that needs to have a big season the next year, if you need to do serious things, then maybe you need to sacrifice your holiday a little bit. Spend some time with your family, but get back on the field. You know, with all due respect to like Victor Boniface, I like Victor Boniface so much. But from the day the season ended in Germany, I think by the next day he was on a flight to Lagos. He has been in the clubs in Lagos. He has been playing football in Lagos. Enjoying himself. But I also look at Victor Boniface as somebody that needs a big season next year. And again, I'm not saying he's unserious, but it would have been nice to see him kind of lock in. Even if you want to go on holiday, fine, but maybe you reduce the play on social media a little bit just to create that semblance of seriousness. Because at the end of the day, social media, you say, is your social media, you do what you want, no doubt about that, nobody's going to tell you what to post. But you also cannot complain when people have a certain perception of you, because that is what you are showing them. If, like, somebody like me now, some people believe that all that I do in my life is watch football and talk about football, because that's what I project to people. So if somebody says it, I cannot fight them. If every day all I'm posting on social media is me inside club, and they say, your T, you're always outside, you cannot argue that, because that's what you project to the public. So for someone like Boniface, it's like, once the season ended, boom, you're in Lagos, you're inside the club, you're posting inside the club, you're posting with girls, you're posting this. It's like, it doesn't give people that projection of, oh, this is a guy that wants to get things going again. And a lot of people are already turning against him. I've been somebody that has been backing him. I don't want to stop backing him, but at the same time, it can't be like, say, they back somebody, but the person is not giving you reasons to keep being behind them. And I really hope that things change. And like I said, I'm happy for
Does
Kane.
he care about you backing him?
He doesn't care. That's the unfortunate part. He doesn't care. But I always say, with a lot of Nigerian players, you don't know what you're losing out on because you didn't have it already. There's that perception change. Like we saw it with Victor Osimhen. Now, the more his star grew, the more Osimhen needed to change the way he used it.
Corporate guy.
Osimhen became
You
more
never.
level-headed, became more quiet. Every once in a while, he would go on Twitter. Maybe he would joke with all his guys, Akpudje a little bit. He would joke with Smalley, joke with other people, small. But it's very, very minimalistic at this point. It's not an everyday. Somebody said Boniface is a TikTok streamer. I saw he was playing game on TikTok for like a week. It was the last week of the season. I saw
Uh-uh,
it. Yeah, he was doing TikTok streaming,
uh-uh.
game while gaming on, you know. And I mean, it's all part of being a fun person, being a fun personality, being an entertainer all around. But again, you need to also show people that you are focused. You need to also show people that you are working, as well as you show them the fact that you are a joker and that you are a playful guy. I'm not telling him what to do, because if he watches this now, he'll say, why are you telling me what to do with my social media? I'm not telling anybody what to do, but I just think that there's things that you can do to change public perception a little bit. When I talk to certain people, I don't like the way they talk about Victor Boniface. I was speaking to a very renowned Nigerian international journalist just yesterday, and he was talking about Victor Boniface, and the things that he was saying was just, as somebody that likes him, I'm just like, this is not how I want people to be talking about him, and this topic was not about Boniface.
Yeah, even just to back that thing up, even I don't want to say it again, but even the feelers around, like you said it, if everybody can't talk am, now only you can't defend them because I can see you. Now only you, only they defend the guy. It's not as if I don't like it, but it's just that things needs to change. For example, now when that guy says something bad, the guy don't what's it called? You went after that guy. You did a video, you
Mm.
know. So it's
That
just
one, I'm even the one I told him to calm down for that one now. And thank God they listened. Because it was that time he was very angry. He was you know what, but I told him calm down, just leave it. Like the girl she's using you to get her 2 hours or 2 days of fame, and yourself you are giving it to her. But you know, all in all, Kelechi Iheanacho is focused, he's training, and hopefully, you know, the bounce back can be big for Kelechi next season. We just need to see which team he joins. But Smila, before I move from Kelechi, if Kelechi goes to Saudi, are you okay with that?
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
okay.
She go to Saudi. That's Saudi last. That's last.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let us move on. One transfer rumor to talk about or transfer news. So, according to the Milliyet newspaper in Turkey, of course, we're talking about Victor Osimhen again. The Milliyet reported that Victor Osimhen has rejected Juventus.
Mm-hmm.
So they are saying that Osimhen will for sure not be playing for Juventus, and they are saying that the director of Galatasaray has mentioned that Victor Osimhen received a 3-year, 120 million euro offer from Saudi Arabia. So that comes to 40 million euro per year,
Mm-hmm.
no taxes, from Saudi Arabia. And Osimhen is expected to give his response in about a week when the season ends for Galatasaray to know whether he's going to stay or whether he's going to go elsewhere. Smilai, we've spoken so much about Victor Osimhen and about his potential next destination. He has said no to Juve. He has an offer on the table from Saudi for 40 million a year for 3 years. Do you think that offer is an offer that Osimhen should even be listening to at all? Considering the fact that we know that the English teams are not going to give him anything close to 40 million. What do you say?
It's tough. It's tough. It's just like decision between the devil and the Red Bull Sea. Sometimes it's tough. Uh, no club will pay him that in Europe. Even that 12 million euro net, they are struggling to pay him. That 12 million euro net. If 10 million self, no, Victor will collect it. But they are struggling to pay him 10 million euro net. So for me, if Victor Osimhen goes to Saudi Arabia, I will not be upset. I will support him because Victor Osimhen don't do what is necessary. Have I told you now that they bought instead of Victor Osimhen last summer? He's second top scorer, isn't it? In the Saudi league, and he's got his call up to the England national team.
Ivan
He might
Tony.
not be considered for Ballon d'Or, for African Player of the Year, but the quality will still be there, for Victor Osimhen. So I just think that, but it's gonna be sad
Mm.
that Victor Osimhen ends a career without playing for the top clubs. I'll be sad. With due respect to Napoli, but I just think that Victor Osimhen is that good. Victor Osimhen is that good. Like, he's a good player. He's a generational player. Since Victor Osimhen under 17 in Niger Republic, say this guy, it might take him time, but this guy is a big player. If it's just to play friendly match for Chelsea, make it come. But I just think that it will be sad for Victor Osimhen to go now. I love him to play, but we know that money is the name of the game. Victor Osimhen life is very expensive now. So suppose the time I see Victor Osimhen on private jets, you see Victor Osimhen vibing with most people. The more you grow in life, the more your responsibility becomes bigger. Victor Osimhen, I'm pretty sure that Victor Osimhen coming to a day in Nigeria, we won't be spending less than 1 million euro. Think so? In those 2 weeks.
On holiday, 1 million. I mean, Osimhen is a big spender, but 1 million is plenty.
When you rent private jet, how much are you rent?
Private jets back and forth, maybe 100,000.
100,000.
Back and forth for private jet.
For So if he goes to So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. What about certain family? Certain family have that.
Yeah, by the time you give this person 5 million, 5 million, that's, 1 million euro for is a lot.
Okay.
He's spending 1 million in 2 weeks.
So okay, do you think that he's going to spend like 500K?
It depends on what he's doing. It is possible, but it will be if he spends that kind of money on a 2 week vacation, then he's just blowing. He's blowing money.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to work my former Oga, you know,
Mm-hmm.
hundreds of millions of dollars. And he went for one weekend with his friends, and it
Mm-hmm.
was a 3 day weekend. They spent like $200,000.
Mm-hmm.
Private jets, resorts,
Mm-hmm.
activities, food, everything. They spend like 200,000. So you
Mm-hmm.
can blow money if you have hundreds of millions. But I don't think Osimhen has hundreds of millions yet for him to be blowing money like that. So I think you have to be more careful with his spending. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you can go on holiday and spend 200K, let's say in 2 weeks. So but to spend a million or 500K in 2 weeks, that's not a good sign.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that because of the people around him, the responsibility, people around him and everything. In fact, some people are not even working because they are also meant to be.
Yeah, but how much are those people? How much do those people need? If you are not my daughter, the only person that Osimhen is responsible for is daughter, and let's say his baby mama, his
Yeah,
daughter's mother. Every
yeah.
other person is your wahala. You because you say, oh, Osimhen, you know work. The most maybe that last I go dash you 2,000. Come on, my side. If you cannot go and do something with your life.
That's it.
But okay, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
If Osimhen, I mean, we're speculating now, but if Osimhen should move to Saudi Arabia this summer,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
would you consider Osimhen to be one of Nigeria's most unfulfilled potentials if he should move to Saudi this summer?
If he moves to Saudi and he did not win the AFCON, if he moved to Saudi and not go to the World Cup, I would consider him, to be that. But Rasheed Akanbi did not play in the big clubs. Setuba, Greece, Aztec Mimbusa, and so on. We still argue. Guys, watch out for that podcast. So, about his potential. So for me, I think with Osimhen, he's a talent. As far as they do well for Nigeria, that's what I need. I'm
Hmm,
just gonna be happy to do well too.
hmm. Okay, okay. Well said. Well said. Uh,
Maybe if he's getting from with 40 million now, maybe he's just going to say, okay, you want to pay for everything. NFF, you are going to relax. I'm joking. NFF, but don't be too happy. But I'm just saying that, if the money, he wants to get the money now, there's nothing wrong with that. I
hmm,
just think that he needs to, he also need to plan well for his life. And that's
hmm,
what the most important thing. But with Osimhen, what I know is that he's one of the most intelligent player that people talk about.
hmm.
With Osimhen will make the right decision.
Comment here from Victor Cobham says, I hate to say it, but Osimhen may end up having to take a pay cut like Mbappe, at least for now, or go to Juve, who seem to be the only team in top five league ready to pay him his preferred wage. I mean, we already said Osimhen has turned down Juve, but here's the interesting thing. I shout out to Victor. Victor is a member of the channel. Um, the interesting thing for me here is that the difference between Osimhen and Mbappe is branding. It's PR. Mbappe can take a pay cut because he's going to make the money back in sponsorships, in endorsements, in branding. Mbappe is one of the faces of Nike, is one of the faces of Hublot in France. He works with many other different organizations. He makes a lot of money off the field. Unfortunately, Victor Osimhen doesn't make that kind of money off the field. I don't know Osimhen's contract details with Nike, but I guarantee you he doesn't make half as much as what Nike pays Mbappe. Mbappe has signature boots, Osimhen does not. Mbappe is in all the adverts, the likes of Vinicius Juniors, the Cristiano Ronaldos. We see the way Neymar is a face for Puma, Messi is a face for Adidas. Things like that. Osimhen's brand has not yet reached that level, and I don't know the people that work on his brand, but he needs to start doing more off the field to be able to generate that kind of buzz, because that even allows people to want to pay you more, because the club knows that if I have this superstar that is so marketable on our team, we are also going to use that to generate more sponsorship, to generate more money. If a club or if a company wants to be a sponsor of the club, then the club can say, well, okay, I have this star, this star, this star that's going to market your product, so you're going to have to pay us a little bit more. Osimhen is supposed to be somebody that will tell any company in the world that if I push you in the Nigerian market, you are going to make millions from the Nigerian market, and the company is supposed to have that faith that Osimhen can move and influence like that. So the branding, I think, is something that he needs to strengthen because he's already a superstar. Over 6 million followers on Instagram alone. Not to talk about his other social media. Followed around the world. Nigerians follow Osimhen like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Obviously now the Turkish follow him a lot like that. The Italians maybe not so much anymore. But he just needs to strengthen that brand. And it doesn't happen by mistake. It happens with intentionality. It happens with direct action. Get the right team around you. As I'm talking to you, I am I don't even know if I should be saying this. But I'm currently like working to make something happen for Victor Osimhen. He's aware of this as well. You but it's like there's so much more that should be happening, and I just feel like it is about not having enough PR, little things that should matter. Like, for example, Osimhen, when he was nominated for the Ballon d'Or award, I don't know if you guys remember, he was not at the award. He wasn't at the ceremony. Something that like the whole football world would have seen you, they would have interviewed you, things like that. It takes intentionality. You have to seize the moment. You have to strike while the iron is hot. You have to do so many different things. It's not going to happen by mistake. It's not going to happen by mistake. I really do hope that, this is something, one of the key reasons why I created Eagle Striker in the first place. Nigerian players need to work on their brands, they need to brand themselves, they need to make money off the field. I know Osimhen makes a ton of money on the field already, and he's very, very, very comfortable. I know. But Osimhen can easily be making at least an additional 50% of what he makes from football off the field, to the point where you don't even have to be spending your football income and just be using your commercial endorsements, that money, to be doing different things. I think he's that marketable if he pushes himself, if he gets the right PR. That's the reason why people will be talking about Gyökeres and they'll be telling you that it's better than Osimhen. Because Osimhen's PR no pass Puja and all these guys on Twitter. And with all due respect to those guys, like they have the streets, they have the streets. Osimhen is loved on the streets, but Osimhen is beyond the streets of Nigeria at the moment. Osimhen is supposed to be a global star. He's known by fans all around the world, and he needs to work with people that can promote him as such. I really hope that is something that happens. I love Victor Osimhen so much, man. I love Osimhen so much. To see his growth from a young boy, when I interviewed Osimhen, we are having 50 something thousand followers on Instagram, to having over 6 million now. Saw him before he even played on our 17, and the journey that he went through. I just think that he needs to fulfill his potential. He needs to fulfill his potential both on the field and off the field. There is so much that he can do. There's so much that he can achieve, and I hope he does it. But yes, let me not get emotional talking about Victor Osimhen. Let's move on. Okay, so we're almost at the end. But before we talk about the Nigeria versus Ghana game in the Unity Cup, it's been like, of course, the Super Falcons are going to be in action also this end of this week, playing against Cameroon. But as the first few players arrived in camp, I don't know if you saw, the NFF published a report story on their website, and we know the video that went viral when Michelle Alozie was talking about how her first time in the Super Falcons camp, she had to wash, with her hand, things like that. Alozie recently sort of walked back on her comment about the Super Falcons treatment. So, in an interview with the NFF media published on the NFF's website, Alozie said, I'm excited for the upcoming training camp and to be back with the Super Falcons. It is my first time in Ogun State. Everyone is looking forward to the WAFCON. That is our main focus. The way we are treated has changed in the past few years for the better, especially with our continued success over the years. I am happy to see the steady change as women's sports across the world continue to achieve and fight for more equality. Smilai, these comments, do you think they are Michelle Alozier's honest feeling about the current state of the Super Falcons? Or do you think she was kind of forced and coerced into it, considering the amount of attention that the comments got on social media. What do you think?
I think it's damage control. They didn't know that that thing could go that viral and everything like that. This thing has been happening before. And IoT, you have worked with a lot of players in Falcons before. They know all these things. So for her to come and say these things now, I don't think is genuine. I don't think is like I think she was forced to actually was to say that. But that's the NFL for you. I don't want to come here and start talking about what they did right or wrong. But for me, I just think that is not. And what did they do in these 2 days that have changed and everything? This was just like a recent interview. So for me, I just think that he's being forced. It reminds me of the system in Nigeria. I don't want to say a few things against you. Something similar happened when one person went to go and put something on Facebook, say, "Oh, I did say what I said before." Like things like that. You have to be honest things. For me, the best thing for them is to change their ways. You can't change the past, we can change the future. Try
Mm.
to change their ways, treat these guys better. They will talk about you more. They will talk to people that have talked to people in Nigeria. Oh, come on, try the Falcons. Like it will be now, we say it now that when it's going to Nigeria, it's like Christmas.
Mm.
So because the way they treat the Super Eagles. So I also expect Falcons to also be treated toward the same way. For me, it's not the opinion of Anozie, and I think that is under duress.
Why is it that the NFF, once somebody speaks out against them, not even speaks out against them, once somebody says something about the way they operate that is not positive, why must they sit the person down? Oh yeah, come and take your words back. Because she's not the only one that arrived in camp. Oh. Ajibade arrived in camp, Tony Payne arrived in camp, Deborah Abiodun, Onumonu, all of them arrived in camp. Why is he ha? That is, oh yeah. Michelle, oh yeah, sit down here. Oh yeah, this thing that he said. How are we treating you now? Are we treating you well? I when I saw it, I laughed, man. See, Michelle, if you're watching this video, blink twice if you need help. Just blink twice, I will know that you need help. Because for me, there is no way I'm not going to believe that video or that comment, those comments were made under duress. Um, you know that I'm close to a lot of the members of the Super Falcons. Let me tell you something that even still goes on with the Super Falcons. Okay, maybe now it's true that they don't have to wash with their hands anymore. Is that part is true. So if that's what we should clap for the NFL for, let's clap for them. But guess what? Like, as they don't have to wash with their hands, if you come for national team duty, any clothes that you wear that is not official NFF Super Falcons clothes, they will not allow you wash it. So if you wear sports bra now to play under your jersey, when you want to wash, if you bring that sports bra, say, oh, it's dirty, you want to wash, they will say you cannot wash it. The clothes that you used to travel, if you say you want to wash that clothes that you used to travel, they will say no, you cannot wash it. If you want to wash your underwear, as long as it is not official NFF clothes, which is so silly because it's not as if they don't give you sports bra, they don't give you undershirts, they don't give you shorts, they don't allow them wash anything that is not NFF provided, which is
So,
crazy.
so did you have washing machine or someone come and take that clothes? The
So
clothes.
it is like depending on where they are staying. So if they are staying in a hotel, most hotels would have a laundry room,
Mm-hmm.
but it's usually paid laundry. So
Mm-hmm.
how it work is okay. Everybody that is doing laundry, bring what you want to wash. Somebody will take it to the hotel's laundry room, and then the NFF would have to pay depending on how much laundry they are giving. So because they have to pay, that's why they try to reduce the amount of items that are being washed. That's why
Okay.
they don't want to allow them to wash all their personal items. So your sports bra, your undershirt, underwear, all those things,
Rubber pants.
they don't I say as long as it is not NFF provided. The only thing that they want you to wash in the hotel is training shirts, training shorts, this thing. Those are the kind of things that they want.
So and that training shorts. I just ask this question. It might be look stupid. That training shorts, they normally they drop it after.
I don't think so. No,
So they take it to their clubs. Okay?
Depend, yes. Like, I think I'm not 1,000% sure, but I think if it's a major training camp, yes, they will take it. If it's like AFCON, Olympics, all those things, they won't collect it back from you. Maybe if it is a small short camp, maybe they might take it back. I don't know for a fact, but I know that they are allowed to take.
But it's gonna be crazy. How can somebody wear something and you want to give another person to wear in next camp?
They will dry clean it well.
Ah, no, 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 no,
But
no.
I know that for the most part, I know that they live with it
Mm-mm.
because Nike would typically provide the right amount of what they need for the right.
Nike.
Now Nike they provide now.
Okay.
And I can provide. But me, I just think it's crazy that you won't allow them to wash whatever it is that they want to wash. If they are coming for camp, it's different. If somebody is bringing 100 clothes to wash, you can say, "Ahaba, did you bring all your dirty clothes from your house?" It's different. But if
But
somebody says,
but
"Oh,
that
my
is basic
my
thing.
undershirt, my sports bra, my this thing that I wore, I need to wash," and you're telling the person that is not,
But that is basic thing, IoT. That is basic thing.
that's how they are penny pinching.
That is basic thing. See, as in just wash your clothes. Like that is basic thing. Ah, so see, for example, now what about camp allowance? When they ask, okay, sometimes how much the paid one here, you put money in the washing machine and it's gonna wash it for you. I don't know how maybe they do that. If you give them their camp allowance, okay, maybe one they quite 100 naira. You put 100 naira there. As in just basic things like these people need to do better. I think is it mean that IoT? Okay. Um, I think IoT is not here. Okay, I think it's back now.
Sorry, yes, connection issue. Sorry about that.
All right.
So what were you saying, Smilai?
So I guess what I said, why can't they give them their camp allowance and the money that can, it can put money on the machine and the machine can actually wash it for them. Or I don't know, it's just bad. So now I will carry many clothes, go back to my club side. Ha, that's bad.
We have a long way to go with the way we do a lot of things in Nigeria. We do have a long way to go. I really hope that so when I saw the comment on the NFF website, yes, so the way they've treated them, some things have changed, but there's so many things that still need to be done better. There's so many complaints that the Super Falcons still have. Up until when they're still complaining about a lot of things. So for me, I'm just like it's no matter how they want to sugarcoat it and then try to make her walk back her comments, Nigerians are not stupid. We know that you guys are not treating them well. We know that you're not giving them the best facility, you're not giving them the best welfare and all these things. So don't try to use forced comments to try to paint your image good. Um, but yeah, sure. That's that on the Super Falcons. We're about to get into the conversation about the Unity Cup, guys. Please, if you haven't liked the video, hit the like button. You guys have refused. You guys have refused to give us super chats on this show with over 150 people. Please, guys, support. Leave a super chat. $10, $100. You know, leave a super chat, guys. Support the channel, support the work that we do, support the content. Leave a super chat. Thank you very much. Some of you here that are watching now are big men. Yeah. But you are commenting. You don't even say, okay, go and buy coffee, go and buy a burger, yeah, or something. But then when it's time for match now, Yoti, are you going for the Super Eagles game? Is it for free that I will go to I will go to all the matches? So guys, please, if you have the means, please leave a super chat. If you just don't have the means, I completely understand. It's hard-earned money. But please, if you do have the means, support the channel, leave a super chat, and would appreciate you for your support. Okay, similar. Let us get into the final conversation for today. See, I called on the big boys. One of the big boys has answered. Shout out to
Mhm.
Uchechuku Urugu. Uche is a member of the channel and is also a staunch supporter of the work that we do. Thank you for the super chat, Uche. Much appreciated. Uche has opened the floor. The cloud guy, Ikechuku Felix, Ola, Olu, Unaimeka. Don't let Uche outshine you. Don't let it be as if Uche is the only one here that has level. Vic. So you guys too, please leave a super chat. Don't let Uche outshine you. You know, Nick and the rest of the 140 something people that are watching. Don't let Uche outshine you. Leave a super chat. Support the efforts that we're making. Support the channel. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Smilai,
Yeah.
the Unity Cup is upon us. The first game is in 2 days. The home based Eagles have arrived in camp. Some of the foreign based Eagles have also started arriving, making their presence felt. While someone like Ademola Lookman has gone on tour to Lagos, but we're not talking about Ademola Lookman right now. He's not in the Unity Cup squad. We are playing against the Black Stars of Ghana. Let us quickly take a look at the Ghanaian squad that will be taking part in this tournament. We have Lawrence Atizigi, we have Benjamin Asari, we have Joseph Anang, Gideon Mensah of Auxerre, Ebenezer Anand, Mohamed Salusi of AS Monaco, Stephen Ambrosius, Aaron Essel, Razak Simpson, Mahmoudou Kamardini, Caleb Yerenki, Abdul Salih Samuel of Sunderland, Ibrahim Sulemana, the young boy coming up at Atalanta, Abu Francis of Cercle Bruges, Majid Ashimeru, Abdulaziz Issa, Lawrence Agekum in Belgium as well, Christopher Bah, teammate of Aruko Dare, Jordan Ayew of Leicester City, Felix Afenagian, Kwame Opoku, Mohamed Fuzeni, and Thomas Asante. That is the Ghanaian squad. Of course, it is obvious that the big names like the Mohamed Kudusis, the what's the Bournemouth
Maspache.
name? Thomas Partey is missing. The Bournemouth boy Antoine Semenyo is missing.
Like Williams.
Inaki Williams missing. You know, Obviously this is not by any means Ghana's strongest side. The same way Nigeria is also not going with a full strength team to the tournament. But on
Mm.
paper, would you say that our team is stronger than the Ghanaian team?
Yeah, if you look at the Ghanaian team, they are going with all their best goalkeepers. You
Mm.
are, for example, now their new first choice is Benjamin Asare of Accra Arts of Oak.
Mm.
He's the guy that was taking public transport when he was going to his club site after playing for Ghana. And one person recognized him in the bus. I said, you are a Ghana goalkeeper now, and you are taking bus. He asked him, yeah, come and take car. And they gave him a brand new car. So he's the first choice, followed by Laurent Atisigi of St. Gallen, if you know him very well, he played the World Cup for them, and also Joseph Tete Anang. That one is going to make his debut. This is his first call up because he's playing for St. Patrick Athletic. So it's not far now. He also take
Ireland, Abi, where is it?
I think it's Scotland. No, Ireland also.
Mm.
So he's going to take train. I mean, not train. Just 10 minutes flight. 30 minutes flight is there.
Mm.
So for me, I think the Ghanaian team tend to be more of their team than this Nigerian team. But just like in the defense, they don't have they have Mohamed Salis of AS Monaco.
Yeah,
Is one of their first choice. And they don't have Isaiah Juku or Fenerbahce. So because there are two first choice pairing.
Mm.
They don't have what's it called? Tariq Lamptey, of Brighton.
Right.
I think probably actually was got injured. The left back is Gideon Mensah. Is their first choice left back
Auxerre.
of Ozel. So there's no Barbara man there, which has been out of the team for a very long time. They also in the midfield they have Ibrahim Sulemana, so he's becoming a regular player now. And they also have Magisa Shimeru, has been very instrumental for them. So they have for me like a stronger midfield. I wouldn't say that because they already have international experience, and also Lawrence Agikum is a Nigerian born Ghanaian. So he was shouting that he wants to play for Nigeria. They don't call him. Maybe that shout I led to his call up, for Saku Bruge. Yeah, so they also have Jordan Ayew up front. So for me, I think it's not really a bad thing. It's not really about him. For me, I just think that the 10 home-based players we had in that team, we are bringing water than the quality of the of
Of the
the,
overall team.
of the overall this thing, because they are not having how many home-based players are here. I think it's not that much. So for me, that is one of the things that I think really watered down the team. So there's Razak Simpson there, very good, very, very good defender. So that he plays for Nations FC. He was their captain, not the captain. Sorry, it was part of the players that played in their chan team against Nigeria that would beat 3-0.
Hmm.
The 3-1 in Uyo. So yeah, not a bad team. Not a bad team actually. It's going to be a very good game.
Hmm. Okay. Last time we played them, I mean, we played them twice in Chan. Like you mentioned, we beat them 3-1. I think the other game was a goalless draw.
Draw, yeah.
The last time that the first teams faced each other, that was a 2-1 victory for Nigeria. Siridesa scored from the spot, and then
Mm-hmm,
Ademola Lookman scored in the 84th minute or thereabouts before
mm-hmm,
Jordan Ayew scored the late
mm-hmm,
goal for them. So recent history is favoring Nigeria
mm-hmm,
in terms of how we would expect the game to go.
mm-hmm,
Given the fact that this is not the strongest teams for both Nigeria and Ghana, do you
mm-hmm.
expect the match to still have that grudge match rivalry atmosphere? Nigeria versus Ghana are not the first, not the strongest teams playing in London. Do you expect it to still have that grudge match atmosphere?
Yeah, I expect if Nigeria primary school facing Ghana primary school competition is always fight to finish. And you watched the under 17 Kwafubi final now between
Yeah.
Nigeria and Ghana. You saw how intense, the game was, how like energy sapping, that game was. So for me, you expect that Nigeria and Ghana will bring fireworks. That is what you should be assured. It's going to be in London. I'm not sure. Maybe it's going to be full house because people did not buy ticket.
Chicken peanuts. Mm.
Yes. So for me, I just think that you should expect fireworks.
We should expect fireworks. Okay, let's look at the Nigerian team now. I mean, we
Mm-hmm.
know that a couple players have arrived in camp. The home based players are all in camp. Samuel Chukwueze has arrived in camp. Um, Stanley Unwabali has arrived in camp.
See, just
Timi
as
Ajayi has arrived in camp. Cyril Dessas has arrived in
Felix
camp.
Agu.
Felix Agu is in camp as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I know they had their first training session
This
today.
evening.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So let me see. Okay, Bruno is in camp as
Mm-hmm.
well.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at the Nigerian players that are available for this game, so
Mm-hmm.
like how can we expect Eric Shell to set his side up for this match against Ghana?
It depends on, Eric kept on mentioning game project. It depends on his game project. It depends on what he wants to achieve. Maybe, against Ghana, he wants to try the home base players and see exactly what the can actually do. So, because if you look at this now, if he wants to play Ghana and wants to see, I want to get results, I think he's going to be going with, maybe probably Felix Agu, Shimilogo Ajayi, Igoh Ogbu, and Bruno Image to start,
Hmm.
ahead of Odeka Junior, Wale
Sadiq
Oyetoye.
Ismail.
Eh?
No start for Sadiq Ismail.
No, I think even Wale Oyetoye is ahead of him.
Hmm.
Wale Oyetoye might not be bending the way Sadiq is bending the crosses. But I think Oyetoye is a very solid defender for Ikorodu City. And if I've watched him play very well, he's a very solid. And Ikorodu finished fourth, in the league. Nobody gave them that chance to actually to do well that much. So Oyetoye is a very solid player. He can both play as a right back or as also a left back. Very compactive player, but cannot bump forward the way Sadiq can move forward. Even the bumping forward for Sadiq itself is not pace. It's about the way he positions himself, to actually get those crosses actually So, the coach will see them, Nduka Junior too, and also Ifeanyi Onyebuchi. I think Ifeanyi Onyebuchi is slightly ahead of Nduka Junior. So, if one home base player is coming to play in that defense, I think it's going to be Ifeanyi Onyebuchi,
Hmm.
in that central defense. So, I expect him to do his own 4-3-3. Is it 4-4-3-2-1
Four
formation?
two two two.
4-2-2-2, yeah, 4-2-2-2 formation. So in that midfield, I know that he will want to start Ndidi in that midfield.
Is it
Maybe
in camp?
yes, he's in camp.
Okay.
He wants to start Ndidi maybe alongside Papa Mustafa Daniel or Frank Onyeka. In that.
Is Onyeka in camp as well?
Yeah, he's in camp.
Already?
Yes, he's in camp. He's back to Brentford now. He's in camp.
But I'm just wondering if
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
going
he's in camp.
to.
I saw him in camp recently.
Okay, okay.
He's in camp. The majority of them are in camp. It's the only player I think is not in camp. It's actually what Satu Sushi and Nathan Teller. I've not seen Nathan Teller in camp.
Arokodare is not in camp.
It's not in. Is he part of this team?
Arokodare is in Unity Cup squad, yeah.
Is he in camp? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not in camp yet. Maybe he's
Because I
still
know
getting.
he went for the Belgian League Awards today.
Okay. Beginning of August. Okay, okay. Maybe that. So for me, I think it's gonna be 4-2-2-2 formation again. So I think I see it is starting. Maybe probably with Papa Mustafa Daniel. We don't know exactly. Okay, so it's in camp. That's good. And also to what's it called? Up front. So I don't know how he's gonna show that. It's just so difficult because it depends on this agenda, what he wants to actually what do. But I think we might be seeing like 2 or 3 debutants in that game.
Mm. So we're saying Indidi and Onyeka in midfield,
Mm-hmm.
then Chukwueze and Simon,
Yeah, yeah,
then Desas and who up front? Desas and Kelechi.
yes,
Mm.
yeah.
Not
I
all
think
of what
I
if he
think
plays? He can play Desas and Musa.
I don't think Musa.
You don't think
I
Musa
don't
can
I
start?
think I don't think Musa will play. I think Musa is just there for another day. I don't think Musa will. I don't think Musa will play like a key role there. I don't think so. I don't think Musa will start. The energy level too is dropping. Apart from the sympathy of being the captain of the team and everything, it can't. This Super Eagles is like slightly don't move on from Musa. With due respect to what he did for Nigeria, but it's just, how I wish he's like a coach. He's just there to support the team, moral support. I just think that the team have moved on. Not this. I just see Musa starting. So I think let me just go with my lineup. I put the lineup so directly. I want to have it with me, and I go over my lineup directly. Sorry, so that I put it on so that okay, yeah. So I think Wabali is going to be in goal for the first game at least. I think Maduka is not in camp yet.
No, he played last night.
He played last night, so I think probably he's going to play on Saturday. So I think Nwabali is going to be in goal. I think Bruno has left back. I think Shemilo Guajai. And I don't think Igoh Ogbu is in camp.
Igor, no, I don't think so. No.
uh So maybe probably Ola Shemilo Guajai and Ifeanyi Onyebuchi and Felix Agu as a right back.
Mm.
So midfield, I think Undidi and Onyeka. But the issue is that he likes to start Undidi and someone that can pass the ball. So I don't know who can pass the ball here. Maybe go start calling Gueze or Savior Isaac along with Savior Isaac. We play better up front. Not well, maybe Isaac and Ndidi. Then up front, I see Simon and Teller. So Simon and not Teller, Simon and Desas. So
Some
start
people
like
are saying Igor is in camp.
mm-hmm.
So
Oh, you
I
say
don't.
boys in camp. Okay, I
I've
haven't
not
seen.
seen any picture of him.
I've not
Um,
seen. I tried to check, so I've not seen any picture of him joining the camp. So.
but maybe he is in. So what is Okoye is late come as usual. Okoye played a match last night.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
obviously after the match he needs to rest more than travel. So
Mm-hmm.
you can't blame him for the bad scheduling of the tournament because the tournament should not be happening now. So
Mm-hmm.
we have to cut Okoye some slack there.
I think Igor is in camp.
Okay, Igor. Okay, so Igor is there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
So yeah, yeah.
I mean, somebody
Mm-hmm.
like Igor, they find cap. He better be in camp so that he can make his debut
Can
for
make his debut here.
Super Eagles. Okay, I mean, I'll largely agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
Nwabali is going to start.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Bruno on the left, maybe
Mm-hmm.
Agu you said on the right. If Igor
Mm-hmm.
is in camp, Shemi Ajayi and Igor. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. A part of me is saying that they would want to give a few home based players, maybe one or two of them, a start.
Mm-hmm.
But let's just say Shemi and Igor in the center
Mm-hmm.
of the park, Indidi and Onyeka in the middle, and then Chukwueze, Simon, Desas, and I'm thinking maybe they will start Musa. I can't even lie. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking they might start Musa.
So somebody said that Nwabali is not in camp. Nwabali is in camp.
Nwabali So I think they will start Musa. Honestly, me the way I'm looking at it, it can start Musa on the left, play Chukwueze on the right, and then play Simon and Desas up front.
Mm-hmm.
But let's see how
Yeah.
let's see how it
Let's
goes.
see.
Let's
Let's
see how
see.
it
Yeah.
goes.
Let's see.
Ultimately, I mean, it is a rivalry match in a
Mm-hmm.
relatively pointless tournament, but we still have to see and we still have to beat Ghana because we always want to beat Ghana when we face them. So Smilai, looking forward to this match.
Mm-hmm.
What would you predict? What kind of scoreline can you predict for this one?
It's like you said, it's one of the. It's very. It's not really important tournaments, but for me, maybe probably a 2-1 Nigeria again. And Nigeria playing the final against Jamaica. Then
Hmm.
we're gonna see reggae and
Reggae boys
food.
and
Yes. So for me, I just say what the issue is this. It's more than the result. The tournament is to see how some players can actually what impact the team. So you mentioned Chukwueze. He might not start, but I just think that his goal come later.
I think he will start. If he started those two games in
World
the
Cup
World
qualifier.
Cup qualifiers, is it now
Mm-hmm.
this match that he will not start when we don't have a full strength side? I think he'll
Mm-hmm.
start. I think Chukwueze will start, and of course Chukwueze he just got assist. He's with ginger. Eric Shell would have
Yeah.
said, good
Yeah.
job. So I think Chukwueze will start. I think Chukwueze will
Mm-hmm.
start. Um, I'm going to predict 3-2. I just
Mm-hmm.
think that because of the quality of the sides, there'll be a few more goals than usual.
Mm-hmm.
If Ghana had Partey in midfield, if they
Mm-hmm.
had the Fatawi, Shaq, all these players, I would have said that they will be tougher. But I think Nigeria will win 3-2. We'll score them first, then Ghana will equalize, then we'll go 3-1 up. Then when they start making subs, when by the time they bring on Xavier Isaac, by the time they bring on all these our other boys, I think
Mm-hmm.
that Ghana will now score us one more. You know, and
Okay.
I
Let me ask you a question.
okay.
If Eric Chair wins the Easy Cup, is it a major tournament for him?
Major tournament.
Is it a trophy?
It's not a trophy. It's like winning Audi Cup or winning Emirates Cup. There's nothing to be proud of. It's not. It's a friendly.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't play charity match. You win. You say you want
Mm-hmm.
trophy.
Mm-hmm.
No, there's nothing to be proud of. I mean, obviously, you never want to lose. You never want to lose, but it's not. Even the women's one self, she believes cup is even more prestigious than this. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so there's nothing. I wonder what's the prize money self. Is there prize money?
I think LG was giving them prize money before.
Hmm.
They give them fridge and freezer and
Because I don't know if there's prize money for the tournament. So the stakes are not high. Nobody's going to
so
kill
it's that's not winning the Emirates Cup. It's not a trophy. Is it a trophy? You know, Emirates Cup.
So it's like your own prophecy, no be prediction. No, I think we'll score. Honestly, I feel like I mean, obviously, I'm just guessing. But I think we'll score them, they will equalize us, then we'll go 3-1 up, then they will score one late goal to make it 3-2. Then Nigeria will advance to the final and play against Jamaica because I think Jamaica will be Trinidad. If you're in London, guys, if you're in London, go and watch the match. Support the boys. How many chances does a person get to watch Ahmed Musa live in person? You know, how many chances does a person get to watch Moses
Then go
Simon,
to Kano.
Chukwueze? What is it?
Yeah, go to Kano and go and watch Musa.
But it's not the same. It's not the same. This one is in London. It's in London at the GTech Community Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Go and watch a living legend. They say give people their flowers while they're alive.
Mm-hmm.
So go and
We
watch.
can't give to watch him is not giving him flowers.
See, Ahmed Musa farewell tour. Is Ahmed Musa farewell tour. Go and
Mm-hmm.
watch him in London at GTech Community Stadium. If you are in the UK, wherever you are, go and watch the match. Unless maybe you have work and you cannot make it, go and watch the
Yeah, I
match.
have work. So I can't.
Just take a short trip. If you are in London, you don't have excuse. Go and watch the match. The money you used to go and enjoy yourself in a club one night. Just spend it on tickets.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's that on the Unity Cup. Smith Layi says 2-1. I say 3-2. Let us know your thoughts in the comments in terms of scoreline prediction, in terms of who you think will score, in terms of preferred lineup, and let
Yeah.
us take a couple callers and see if we
But sorry, I just want to ask
can
you a
in time
question
today.
that
Okay.
is out of this topic. I want to ask you a question. I just got a notification now from Fabrizio Romano about a player I've been talking about for so long, Emmanuel Emeha. The boy's story is so unique. So I want to ask you this question. You always someone who advocate that, let the boy, you don't care about these young players, let them show themselves first. When the boy was 17, this boy wanted Nigeria to play for Nigeria youth team. Now the boy don't look for a way, start himself. The boy is now playing in Strasbourg. Did well this last season and he's doing Chelsea. They are planning a pre-agreement for him. is joining Chelsea very soon. Do you think that most of these boys, okay? Where do you think they lie? If they want to play for Nigeria at a very early age, do you think they should be considered?
Okay. So I mean, first of all, Strasbourg to Chelsea is like I sell to my wife. Oh, my wife,
I know,
my wife sell to me.
I know.
But at the same time, the way I look at it is, if a young player wants to represent Nigeria at the underage level, the
Mhm.
player should be given an opportunity. Make them feel part of the team. Make them feel connected.
Okay, IoT, sorry, hold on a sec. Do you think that one is limiting the growth of the domestic players too? If a
It is a two-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Is it directly affecting the homegrown players? Yes, because if you have 10 foreign based talents that come into the squad, then 10 home based players will probably not make the squad. So, yes, it has a direct impact. But do I think that these things cannot happen together? No. Um, Again, don't just call them because they are foreign born, call them because they are good enough
mm-hmm,
and they are among the best. So if Emmanuel Mera wants to play for Nigeria at under 17 and is good
they are
enough,
20.
no, our under 20, and he's better than the options that we have from Nigeria, then he should be given an opportunity. The unfortunate part is that we use our youth teams as a marketing tool. So obviously, if Emeha plays for Nigeria at under 20, it's not they're not selling him from Nigeria. He already has his paper from Europe. But they
Yeah.
know that if they take IoT from Nigeria, they can sell him, they can make money on IoT's head. So it's very different. I don't particularly think it's limiting or it's stopping people from growing, because if you are good, the cream always rises to the top. Yes, you need
Mm,
a mix of luck with opportunity and the right visibility here and there. I completely understand it. But if you are that good, you will eventually be seen. If you deserve to be there, you would eventually be seen. And if Emeha is better than you, then it's just unfortunate that Emeha is better than you. Because at the same time, whoever is playing for the national team is taking the spot of somebody else. Somebody is going to be left at home. That's just the way it works. And I think
mm,
competition is a good thing. I think healthy competition is very good. We want the best players representing Nigeria. Obviously, don't overhaul the squad and completely fill it up with foreign-based youngsters. I think that would be a bad
uh-huh,
thing. But the best ones, get them part of the team, get them committed. And this boy that I interviewed, Hamdi Akujobi, yes, he's not a superstar or anything like that, but he said like it was just the fact that when he was young, when we played under 20 youth championship in 2005,
uh-huh,
his father took him to the camp of Nigeria. He saw Mikel, he saw those players, and from there his mind was, I want to play for Nigeria.
uh-huh.
So a lot of these people, when they are young, if you allow them to feel close to Nigeria, then they have a higher chance of playing for Nigeria when they grow up. If you don't do that, we're only going to keep on getting the ones that are not good enough to play for their foreign national teams.
Uh-huh.
Because even the ones, with all due respect, the ones that we love today, when Lookman chose Nigeria, is because it did not look like he had a chance with England.
Yeah,
Iwobi did not look like he had a chance in England before he chose
yeah.
Nigeria. Olaino did not look like he had a chance in England before he
Mm-hmm,
chose Nigeria. Calvin
mm-hmm,
Bassey did not have a chance in England before he chose Nigeria. So
mm-hmm.
that's how is if we don't integrate them at the youth levels, that's the reality. We're only going to be getting the ones that are not good enough to play for the other nationality.
Yeah.
And we don't want it
Uh,
to be like that.
and somebody, so NIC, I know that you didn't put super here there. So that because we won under 17, we with university graduates, we won under 17 with university graduates. So, yeah, it was- so thank you, IoT, for that. And that's very good at score. But for me, I just think that we need to look for a way to integrate them. And they should be fair in competition. Let them compete very well. Let them compete. If Well, I know you have mentioned all these things, but I don't agree with one part that you're
Okay.
limiting one player. Why can't you? Why can't there be fairness in competition? Okay, let them compete like the best, then pick the best. So
Mm.
for me, I just think that if they can compete, they should come and compete because at the end of the day, I'm talking about the foreign born and this thing. They should come and compete. Mm.
Somebody said Felix Agu has chance. Which chance? Aidon has given him chance. If Agu is 25, he has not smelt a call up for the German national team. Let's be realistic. There's a reason why he's twerking for Nigeria. Himself knows that Germany
Mhm.
is out of reach now. Who is he going to bench in the German team? So let's be realistic. Didn't Germany just call up their latest squad a couple days ago? Who is
Mhm.
Felix Agu going to displace in their team? So we'll keep on getting the ones that are not good enough. But if we can get, let's say Saka has been playing for Nigeria since under 20.
Mm-hmm. He was
It
supposed
would
to be
have,
part of the same under 20 as Akpudje.
mm. So if we've been playing people like Saka from under 20, before he blows, if you've called him up to Super Eagles, by the time he blow, he cannot do anything again.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are calling him up when he has, or you're trying to call him up when he has broken into Arsenal squad, by that point, he will know that no, 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 I have a chance. So
Mm-hmm.
let me keep waiting. But yeah, we have a couple callers. We have 10 minutes, so each person is going to get 3 minutes to talk. So please, guys, keep your thoughts as concise as possible. 3 minutes. After 3 minutes, I'll start playing music, like yeah, at an award show, and you would have to because we're out of time. But yes, Humble Henry, thank you for joining us. You were the first to call in, so I'll bring you on.
Yes, good evening, everybody. Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Yes,
Good evening.
yes, I'm happy that we talk about our players and the selection of the coach. First, let me talk about the players. More especially Hanacho. Uh, do the right thing because it is necessary for you to do the right thing. Don't do the right thing because people are pushing you to do the right thing. People are pushing you to train. Therefore, I want to train. After that, you go back to the club and start drinking. Make it consistent. You need to start. Put it as a duty. Not when your career is about to fall, things are not working when you start rushing. It's like a student that is not serious. You have to take it
Reading before,
serious.
reading 2 days before exam.
Others are doing it. You know what is right. You know that this is your career. You know that at the age of 33 years, that is it. Why can't you focus? That is my problem. Not now that he's training. Everybody, hey, he's training. Training what?
But guys,
After
there is a saying: better late than never.
not better late than never. He's supposed to do it when he was working. You see, when his career is about to, he's rushing. Means that he's not serious. When people started telling you do this, yeah, it seems that they are forcing him to train. Now that Sevilla, they don't want him. This one, they don't. You are not trying to be serious. Why are you trying to put yourself in that kind of situation? It's like now you're begging Osimhen to go and train. Because the reason why I'm using Osimhen is because when Iheanacho started, the same way, in fact, his career is better than Osimhen's career. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he had more potential as younger age than him.
Very, very potential, and he just lose a prom by the time that he started adding.
I thought he's going
That
to win
one, I
African of
thought.
the year.
Yes, and as I'm talking to Iheanacho is the way I'm going to talk to Boniface. God has already blessed you. Don't make it in such a way that don't give the devil the opportunity. Don't don't allow people, don't give people something that they will use to insult you. You know that yes, so many people they don't like you because of your performance in the distance, and you're giving them more time for them to abuse it.
But he doesn't care.
Yeah. If he doesn't care, that is the problem. That is where the problem is.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that he's not disciplined. A disciplined person listen. A disciplined person pay attention. If you don't care, you're not disciplined. People like you because they care for you. Therefore, you have to listen to them. If you don't listen to them and you're doing it like we're doing it like that, your integrity will go down and you don't care because you're giving people something to talk about you. That's another thing. Concerning about Coach Eric, if English is not your first language and you can't express yourself with English, please use French. Use French. We can bring an interpreter to do it. There are so many things you said in just 1 minute, few seconds that you say there's an opportunity. Yes, opportunity. Question. Look at the boys you are bringing. How old are they? Football is involving. There are so many young guys you want to groom up. Bring them up. Don't bring old people telling us their opportunity. There are so many. I don't want to talk about it. I'm supporting you. But if the English is not good, please use French. We have interpreter that can interpret it for us.
Mm.
Yes, giving the local players the opportunity to come and play is a good idea. In fact, how I wish that against Ghana, let it be maybe 4 or 5 home best players. Put them. Let us see whether we can see somebody that can bench Chukwueze. That position needs somebody to challenge him because nobody is challenging him. We need somebody to challenge him. If that position we have 3, 4, 5, like left back now, we have 6 people now. I'm telling you, what's his name? Bruno, we say, oh my goodness, if I do mistake, another person is taking my spot. That is what I want on that area Chukwueze is playing. I rest myself. I rest my case. Thank you all. That's the
Thank
only
you
thing I
very
can
much,
say for you.
Humbury. Thank you.
Thank
Much,
you.
much, much
Thank you.
appreciated. Okay, let me take our next caller. Xcode, welcome. Hello, Mr. Xcode.
Yeah, well done. Good evening, AyoT. Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Yes, we can hear you. Go on.
Yeah, good evening. Okay. So yeah, this guy said my my uncle, Humble area said everything about Kelechi Iheanacho, so I'm not going to discuss about that. My only issue I want to tackle is Super Falcons. These people keep getting disrespected every time, and it's disheartening. This is the first time they are going to play friendly games this year, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and yet, you understand, we want them to win. What's that thing? Mission X on Twitter, I'm seeing, if I'm not mistaken. Mission X. And we don't give them the best preparation. Like how? Should I know I like Smith Layi said, I believe she was put under duress. And you too, IoT, you said it. She was put under duress to say that if not, they would threaten her with that she was not going to be invited to the team. They might have blackballed her or something or blacklisted her. We know how these things do. They did it to Desire Paranozie when she decided to lead a protest in 2016 when we won the WAFCON in Cameroon. We won the WAFCON. They didn't pay them their allowance. They went to go and protest. And the sports minister at that time, Solomon Dalong, said he didn't prepare for them. He didn't expect them to win. That's why they did not have their money available. I still remember that time. Meanwhile, Cameroon at that point, who were second, were given a grand reception by their president. But here were the winners were protesting. So we treat these ladies as if they are no, it's really sad. It's really sad. They are the only reason I came on here to speak. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have come here to speak because most of the things my Oga Humble areas covered it all. But it's really sad. I really hope we do better for these Super Falcons. Most successful team in Africa, national team in Africa. We keep treating them like
I think we've lost Xcode, but his point was well noted. He doesn't like the way the Super Falcons are being treated, and
we did
he's
online now.
demanding for more respect from the NFF. Okay, let's take our final caller for this evening. Victory. Victory, welcome.
Uh, Good evening, AyoT. Good evening, Smith Layi. It's been a while.
Good evening.
Been so busy with
Yes.
likes. Well, that's
Mm.
fair. So there's more
Let
to
us talk
talk
about
about. I will
your internet.
just.
Your internet is working today.
I will just go to straight to the point. It's about the Unity Cup. The Unity Cup has been much anticipated, and I like the fact that Osimhen and Ademola Lookman will not be around, and I would have loved the Unity Cup to be a preparation match for our World Cup qualifiers. Yes, that should be one of the most. That should be the most important thing to the Super Eagles now to qualify for World Cup. I don't want to wake up in the morning and see that Victor Osimhen will not play World Cup in his life. Like it's so. If for the love of Victor Osimhen, let's just go to the World Cup. I'm not being biased now, but someone that has given so much passion, give so much to the national team, and the passion he has for football, he should not be treated like that. It's like just like Lionel Messi. You see, where the whole Argentina squad had to play for Messi to win the World Cup. You understand? It's something like that. He's someone that has given a lot to the national team. And apart from the saga between him and what's this man again? What's this coach again?
Finidi.
Um, yeah, Finidi. We shouldn't fault him for anything. So the coach should just actually select the best legs. This should just be preparation man. We cannot afford to lose it now. Then joining to this, I don't know. I feel I want to speak little on that Super Falcons issue. I just feel that politics has crept into our football federation so much. Just like the way Nigerian politics here in Nigeria, women don't get valid positions in government. Women don't get valuable positions. They tend to pocket them like that. You get. So now, let me come back to our local language. Now the same hand they use for them. I hope that's what I'm saying. So it's the same thing. You get. So imagine Super Falcons like Super Falcons. Come on, these girls, they've given their best. Like what the previous caller, he said that they are the most successful national team in Africa, but still they don't get the recognition. You see Chamaka, you see Ajibadi, you see Oshola, you see these people. You get, and the thing is, a time will come whereby what NFF is doing. I'm not wishing Super Falcons bad, but when you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. A time will come whereby passion will not able to run Super Falcons again. Like now, the players are more passionate. It's coming to play not because of NFF but of the country and the badge. And a time will come where this crop of players will I say, retire or move on. You get the other ones that will come may not have the same fire. They have passion. They have to play for the Super Falcons without anything be attached. You could see that most of even the foreign-based players, apart from the one that they be passionate about Nigeria before, they couldn't meet the European country squad list. You see that most of them have like Onichi Zog. I followed her very well. The time comes, she didn't even care. She didn't come back to Nigeria. Since today, Onichi Zog, she didn't come back again to Nigeria, but she plays for a club in Netherlands. After that issue they had with the train, where when a native Hausa man was abusing them on the train when they went to is it Mexico or what I can't remember again. Understand? So things like become discouraging. Imagine if the NFF was like these girls, give them the treatment they deserve. Just give them the treatment they deserve. And speaking of Kelechi Iheanacho, I don't know what to say about that guy. It's just like the same thing with Chukwueze also. A time will come also whereby these players, I don't want to use the word they will regret. I don't want to use the word regret their actions. But they still going to put in their best. This is the life they've choose to live. They've choose that they are called professional footballers. So as like what you used to say, IoT, as their way of doing things, your social media, PR, your management, you get their own brand. Understand? Like what Mr. Omboy is said. It's not how will I put the word. It's not when the down. You now want to start going to social media and showing everybody you're training and the likes. No, it's not like that. Can you deliver? You get see now we are struggling and we have the like of Iheanacho. We are struggling to qualify in a group of South Africa, Zimbabwe. You get can you deliver? Imagine Osimhen was not on for those two matches. I was still watching the highlight on YouTube one day. Imagine Osimhen. Imagine we don't have Victor Osimhen. Come on. So it is well, Jerry.
All right. Thank you very much, Victory. Your
Yeah,
contribution well noted. Thank you very much.
yeah,
Okay, that is victory. Touch on a number of topics, but of course, like most people, frustrated about the way certain things are being done in the NFF, and of course with Ehanacho. We're happy that he's getting serious, but a lot of people feel like he's too little, too late. And ultimately, with the Unity Cup coming up, we're supporting the Super Eagles and expecting a victory. We did not hit the Super Chat goal for today, but because I'm a nice man, I'll still do the live watch along during the game on Wednesday. So please make sure you tune in for that one. And come with your money so that you can leave super chats during that live watch along as you would not give today. But I want to say thank you to Emmanuel. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. I also see support from the cloud guy Ifine. He says first time support. Keep up the good job, AyoT and Smith Layi. The cloud guy Ifine, thank you very much. Hopefully, the first of many. Keep tuning in, keep supporting, and we'll keep bringing you fine content. Thank you very much, guys. Please, if you have not liked the video, like Adelotun is saying, please always click the like button. If you have not liked the video, please click the like button. It is a way that you can show your support. So click the like button if you have not liked the video already. And if you are watching and you're not a subscriber of the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit the subscribe button so that you can always enjoy our high quality Nigerian football content. We have another episode of ET Ranks coming on Friday. Who is the greatest Nigerian attacker of all time? Find out who we selected on Friday. Friday. That one is going to premiere on our YouTube channel. So make sure you tune in for that. And then more to come in the future, more interviews to come as well, and so much more. Tomorrow we're supposed to have Wahala Day, but I do not think that we'll be doing that tomorrow, just because of the scheduling with the Unity Cup coming on Wednesday. I think for tomorrow, I want to do a tactical Tuesday. I know the last time was tactical Wednesday, but I want to do a tactical Tuesday and look at Felix Agu. I've been looking at his videos, I've been looking at analysis of his gameplay. And if you want to see the kind of player that Felix Agu is, you want to see how he stacks up amongst other players, you want to see what he's good at, what he's not so good at, what he can bring to the national team. We'll be looking at clips, we'll be looking at data, because I believe that stats are nice, eye test is nice, but then we'll put two of them together and see what it shows us or what it tells us. So tune in tomorrow for Tactical Tuesday on Eagles Tracker as well. And then on Wednesday will be a live watch along for the Unity Cup, Ghana versus Nigeria from the G Tech Community Stadium in London. In London. If you would like to become a member of our channel, just go to our channel's homepage, and then close to the top, you will see some of the highlighted members, and then there will be a button for you to join. Just click join and follow the steps to become a member of the channel. Alternatively, you can also go to youtube.com/at Eagles Tracker NG /join, and it will take you directly to the join page. That is another way that you can support the channel. But please, guys, please make sure you like, share, subscribe, and leave super chats. If you're a member, you wouldn't have to say you're a member. It will show when you leave a comment. There will be a sign, a logo, a symbol of membership beside your name. Yeah, you look at comments of people like Adedotun Adekpoju, look at comments of people like Monso Gumbade, Uche Chuku. You will see that whenever they comment Victor Cobham, there is a logo that shows beside their name. That logo is the sign of their membership. And of course, the color of the logo depends on how long you've been a member for. And we appreciate all our members. These are people that really help to support, not just with their engagement, but also financially, because it costs us quite a bit to run the channel, as you can imagine. Video editors, producers, content creators, and everything in between, and also the time that we spend coming online. Time is money. So yes, I want to say a big thank you to everyone. Thank you for tuning in once again. If you would like to get your Nigerian football merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and a lot more, make sure you check out our shop, eaglestrackershop.com, for your merchandise. The t-shirt I'm wearing is there. Nigeria t-shirts. The cap I'm wearing is there. ET cap. And then there's the Nigeria hoodie, Nigeria sweatshirts, Nigeria t-shirt, and so much more. Your flag, like the flag that I have behind me, you can buy on our website. So much more. We ship to every country in the world, every single country in the world. And the shipping is quite fast. People that buy are usually very surprised. So make sure you check out our egostrackershop.com. If you want to watch exclusive highlights and compilations on different Nigerian players, subscribe to our Patreon, patreon.com/EagleStrackerNG. This is where we upload match highlights. This is where we upload season highlights of Nigerian players. Because if we try to upload these on YouTube, unfortunately, copyrights is going to block us on YouTube. So check out our Patreon for that one. And yeah, tomorrow, Tactical Tuesday, talking about Felix Agu. Wednesday, we are going to be doing a live watch along for Ghana versus Nigeria in the Unity Cup. Thank you very much, guys. Smith Layi, final word for me before you wrap up today.
Thank you guys for actually joining. Another wonderful Monday. Yeah. Guys, enjoy your week. It's the start of the week now, so enjoy your week. Yeah. Thank you for joining.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I promised to answer, Smith Layi. We promised to answer the question before we go. On the South Africa 3 points deduction, any update on
No,
that?
there's no official update about it. It's just speculations, but some inside infos from Lesotho think that they already got the 3 points, and also Soccer Ladesma, is a very prominent South African sports website. Reported that Safa already accepted that there's going to be 3 point reduction. So that's it, but it's not official from FIFA. It's going to be official next week. Before Friday, sorry. Friday, Saturday. It's going to be official. We'll let you know, guys. Yeah.
So watch out for that one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching and listening to us as much as we've enjoyed bringing this to you. As always, this has been the Naija FC Podcast. My name is AyoT. My co-host
Layi.
is...
Thank you, guys. Thank you.